Most people think workplace relationships are harmless until this happens.
A North Carolina woman will now have to pay $1.75 million after jury found her liable for destroying a Durham couple's marriage.
Unfortunately, this TikTok influencer had to find out the hard way.
North Carolina TikToker Brene Kennard ordered to pay $1.75 million after a jury found her liable for having an affair with her manager, Tim Montague, characterized under North Carolina law as criminal conversation and alienation of affection. Montague's ex-wife, Akira, suing Kennard for her deliberate interference in the marriage, including wrongful and malicious acts.
What's up, y'all?
Saying in a court filing, Kennard engaged in behavior designed to seduce him, like wearing very short skirts and twirling her hair in a flirtatious manner. The plaintiff's attorneys presented evidence, including sexual videos and texts, a video of Kennard dancing in the couple's home, and another video of her saying she cannot wait to be Mrs. Montague. They argued the TikToker, who had millions of followers, flaunted their relationship on social media.
Hi, guys. That says that my client was telling the truth.
Akira Montague saying as a result of Kennard's actions, she has suffered humiliation, mental and emotional anguish, and injury to her health, adding their actions deprived their two young children of a two-parent household.
She has received justice from losing her husband and the father of her children.
But Kennard argues she had Montague's consent.
She gave her consent. She said it was okay because she knew her marriage was over with and it was done.
Kennard now calling herself Mrs. Montague, saying the couple are married, though NBC News couldn't find any legal documentation supporting that claim. She tells NBC News in a statement, the verdict wasn't fair at all. I fought the lies for 8 days and the jury sought sympathy, not facts, adding it's not over until God says it's over. Tim Montague adding about the TikToker, my wife had no fair shot, especially when defending herself against an entire team of attorneys. As for that $1.75 million payday,
I don't know, but she'll probably never see it.
For people sitting at home thinking, hold on, you can be sued for having an affair, the answer is yes, indeed, this is a thing.
She said she ain't gonna see none of it on the news. If she would have had an attorney, they would have told her, don't say that. Why do they think she got $1 million plus to give? Most time when people are doing super well on social media, they focus fully on that. They quit their job. They quit their job and just focus on social media, making money on social media. If they making, let's just say $10,000 a month, that's $120,000 a year? Like, that ain't $1 million. In order to make $1 million plus, you gotta be making $80,000 a month? All I'm saying is for the court, they hit her with a 1.75 and she ain't making 1.75 in a year. Like, how long do they expect for her to pay that off? Those two things ain't add up to me. Sometimes to me, the courts just be throwing out these crazy numbers for civil suits. So when looking at that video, I was looking at who was sitting beside her, which was no one, right? So that means she didn't have an attorney. It seems as though she didn't have an attorney. And I looked at the other side, or the ex-wife, and then it was an attorney on the left side, which is the lady, right? And then there's another guy on the right side, right? So that's 2 attorneys at least that the ex-wife had on the team. So that tells me the ex-wife, she was coming in ready, right? Versus the TikTok influencer, the TikTok star, whatever you want to call her, she didn't come in like that. I don't know if she thought this was a game. I don't know if she thought if she came in looking like she didn't have anything, like, dressed down, she can't afford an attorney or didn't have an attorney, that they were gonna rule in her favor, but they obviously did not. And sometimes, like, judges, they do judge you. They do look at, what they got on. Are they looking like they're ready for a court appearance, right? Sometimes I think judges, look at that as disrespect, like when you come into a court. And especially, in certain situations like this where you're where you're dressed down and oh, okay, you didn't take this serious. So, that could have been a strike against her. I just think she should have dressed up a little bit more. The statement said 8 days, so I don't know if it was an 8-day trial. Maybe that 8th day she didn't dress up for the verdict. Maybe she dressed up for the other 7 days, I don't know. But just looking at the video clip, and I'm like, man, she is really dressed down for this. So it looks like she was sued for deliberate interference and wrongful and miscellaneous acts. I'm assuming that falls under the alienation of affection law. It's crazy because that's the law that allows a spouse to sue that person, male or female, that interfered with their marriage, caused their marriage to... Matter of fact, I'm gonna let this guy explain it better because, yeah, he can explain it better.
These are called these heart bomb laws, where you are breaking up the sanctity of marriage. That's the contract already between the spouses, and now you're coming in and you're interfering, interjecting, or interceding into their marriage. And because of that, that person now that feels like they've been wrong has a claim against you. This is based in tort law. And so you ask the question of what do they need to be able to prove? Genuine loving marriage. So first of all, there has to be a loving marriage. Guys can't be separated, can't be going through any type of divorce. That's going to be something that's key. Second, there needs to be some malicious or wrong act. You've done something, either slept with them, maybe attempted to, come on to them, something to do an overt offensive act to attack the marriage. And then there was a loss of affection. Now this person done something and they've made you, lose a genuine affection that you had for your other person. And then it caused some damage to the person that was harmed. So the wife in this situation, she has to have something physical that's triggered based off this. I just can't say you hurt my feelings.
Right.
It needs to be some emotional distress, something where I'm seeking treatment, some type of therapy. It has to manifestation into something larger than just, I don't like that you did that to me. North Carolina is not new to this. We've had large sums of awards in the past, 5.9 million, 9 million, and then the largest ever, 30 million against a trucking company owner. And so there have been large awards with this in the past.
So this law actually was started in the 1700s, which is crazy, all the way back in the day. This was actually a law that all states at the time used to have. So today, there are 6 states that still have this law in the books. Of course, North Carolina, right? Which this is where this case is coming from, North Carolina. So the other 5 states are Utah, Mexico, South Dakota, Hawaii, and Mississippi. Those are the 5 states outside of North Carolina that still have this law in the books. So technically, you could sue if you were in those states. So tell me, do you think $1.75 million was a fair verdict for this case? All because she's a TikToker? It seems as though that's one of the push why they feel like she could pay that. So let me know in the comments, let's talk about it. If you got value at this video, show some love and smash the subscribe, like, and bell notification to get the latest HE content. And if you like this video, definitely check out the next video.